In the quiet stillness of the early morning hours, there is a mystery that many older adults experience, a gentle awakening at 3 a.m. that seems to defy the normal flow of sleep. At first, it may feel unsettling, as if the body is breaking a promise of rest, but within this quiet moment lies an invitation steeped in Buddhist wisdom. The Buddha taught that every moment, even those of apparent disturbance, carries with it a hidden lesson. In today's video, we explore how this early awakening is not merely a disruption, but a natural passage in the journey of aging, a call to mindfulness, compassion, and gentle self-observation. We will discuss how the ever-changing cycle of sleep reflects impermanence, and how wisdom can be found in accepting life's transitions. Drawing on traditional Buddhist teachings and timeless quotes, such as "all conditioned things are impermanent," we will learn to transform what appears as a disturbance into an opportunity for self-reflection and inner growth. This video is meant for those seeking not just a better night's sleep, but a deeper understanding of how to be happy alone, to age with grace, and to embrace the ceaseless rhythms of existence with non-attachment. As you listen, allow yourself to see each moment of wakefulness as a sacred pause, a chance to revisit the core values of mindfulness and inner peace. With a calm voice and thoughtful pace, we invite you to journey into the heart of these experiences, a journey where each breath is a reminder of the spiritual growth that can emerge when we face our moments of solitude with gentle curiosity. Let us now step together along this mindful path, where the silence of the early morning becomes a canvas for reflection, and each new day is greeted as a gift of insight and compassion. As we journey into the deeper chapters of life, many find themselves waking at 3 a.m., stirring under the gentle hush of night, and wondering why sleep, once so effortless, now slips away in these quiet hours. Today, we explore why this experience is not only natural but also a profound reflection of aging's quiet wisdom. In the eternal flow of life, every body and mind experiences change, and the phenomenon of waking at 3 a.m. is no exception but rather a subtle reminder of impermanence, the very core of Buddhist teachings. As the Buddha once said, "All conditioned things are impermanent," meaning that our physical forms, our habits, and even the natural cycles of our sleep transform with the passage of time. Just as autumn leaves transition through the seasons before yielding to winter's call. When older adults find themselves waking during these tender hours, it is not a punishment or a symptom of failure, but rather a graceful unfolding of the natural process of aging. A gentle drift from the deep sleep of youth to the lighter, more contemplative states that invite introspection and self-awareness. The body, much like a venerable temple that has gathered wisdom, scars, and stories over the years, now moves differently through the night. The nightly cycle adjusts as the circadian rhythm, nature's inner clock, shifts to accommodate the sacred changes of life. In this altered state, the depth of sleep lessens, but it gifts us with more windows of serene wakefulness, where silence cradles the mind like a caring hand. In the same way that a tranquil lake displays a different face with each changing season, so too does your inner world transform, offering moments of unexpected clarity and deep reflection even in the heart of the night. Embracing this new rhythm is like sitting peacefully by a flowing river, watching the water meander gently around stones and curves, recognizing that each ripple and eddy is not a disturbance but an essential part of the river's song. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that resisting what is naturally arising only magnifies suffering. But when we meet these early awakenings with a spirit of mindful acceptance rather than frustration, we open ourselves to the beautiful practices of non-attachment and self-compassion. Imagine your mind as a quiet garden where each thought blooms briefly before fading away. When you notice the stillness of 3 a.m. without judgment, simply allowing each sensation to rise and pass, you are gently tending to the seeds of inner peace. These moments of wakefulness are not to be feared or resented but seen as sacred invitations to reconnect with the present, to breathe deeply into life's simple beauty, and to remember the truth that nothing stays the same forever. This awareness is not resignation, it is a peaceful witnessing of the natural unfolding of your being, a soft but powerful reminder that aging is not a decline but a transformation toward deeper understanding. When you greet 3 a.m. not with weariness but with the spirit of a humble observer, you honor the Buddha's timeless guidance to live with mindfulness and grace. In these quiet hours, the world is softer, the mind is clearer, and the heart is more open to hearing the subtle whispers of existence. Every sleepless moment becomes a silent meditation, a dialogue between you and the gentle, ever-changing flow of life. This wakefulness is a gift, a reminder that even in stillness, life pulses and breathes, offering you countless opportunities to practice patience, gratitude, and self-kindness. By accepting this truth with open arms, you transform early morning wakefulness from a source of distress into a sacred teacher of impermanence, compassion, and the art of aging gracefully. With each sunrise that follows these quiet hours, you carry forward a little more wisdom gathered in the silence, a little more peace born from acceptance, and a little more strength drawn from surrendering to what is. Though the nights may sometimes feel long and fragmented, they are but a small part of a much larger, beautiful cycle, gently leading you toward a deeper, more mindful way of being, one breath, one moment, and one awakening at a time. As we continue to explore the hidden rhythms that shape our nights, it is important to understand the quiet yet profound role of melatonin in your sleep and how this natural process transforms over time, gently reminding us of the beauty of change in the human journey. Within the natural orchestration of night and day, there exists an intrinsic substance that lovingly guides our descent into sleep, melatonin, a silent ally woven into the very fabric of our being, known to ancient wisdom not merely as a chemical but as a reflection of the deeper harmony between our bodies and the natural world. In Buddhist thought, even the shifting energies within us are seen not as mechanical phenomena but as sacred expressions of the great interconnected dance of existence. As we move through the seasons of life, this internal rhythm, once steady and strong, begins to change, like a river that flows more slowly and thoughtfully as it approaches the vastness of the sea. This transformation is not a malfunction, nor a loss, but rather an essential evolution of our being, an invitation to witness the graceful unfolding of life's impermanence. In the vigor of youth, melatonin surges through us in abundance, ensuring deep, restorative slumber, much like a pond undisturbed by even the faintest breeze. Yet, as the years pass, the supply gently diminishes, and the still waters of our youthful sleep begin to ripple with moments of unexpected wakefulness. Far from being a sign of deterioration, this shift is nature's way of refining our internal cadence, a retuning of the body's delicate symphony, echoing the timeless Buddhist teaching of non-attachment, that clinging to former states only deepens our suffering and veils the quiet beauty that the present moment offers. The changes in melatonin levels, while often labeled and measured by modern science, were always part of the ancient, unseen currents of life's journey, an enduring reminder that even what we cannot see is part of the grand design. Seen through the lens of mindfulness, this shift is not a burden to be fought but a mirror reflecting our inner journey. Just as trees surrender their leaves to the gentle pull of autumn, so too must we release our expectations of unchanging rest. The Buddha often reminded us that the root of suffering lies in our attachments, and so it is with sleep. When we mourn the loss of our youthful nights instead of embracing the new rhythms of age, we miss the deeper invitation to grow in wisdom, patience, and peace. By acknowledging the changing role of melatonin with a heart full of understanding rather than resistance, we cultivate acceptance, the fertile soil where spiritual growth takes root. Each early awakening, each lighter slumber, becomes less a moment of frustration and more an opportunity to observe the delicate interplay of thoughts, emotions, and sensations, much like clouds drifting across a vast and open sky. The evolving nature of our sleep serves as a profound metaphor for the path of inner transformation. It reminds us that life is a continuous flow, that our bodies and minds are ever adapting, ever refining, ever preparing us for deeper insight into the nature of existence. By turning our gaze inward during these tender nighttime hours, we discover that even though melatonin's patterns shift, the opportunity for renewal, reflection, and spiritual nurturing remains ever present. Our body's changing sleep rhythms become faithful companions on the path of mindfulness, encouraging us to slow down, to listen more deeply, and to trust the unfolding process of our lives. Rather than fighting the night or longing for the past, we learn to greet each phase with a spirit of openness and reverence, recognizing that every stage of life carries its own sacred lessons. In honoring the natural ebb and flow of melatonin, and with it, our changing relationship with sleep, we are gently reminded that true peace is not found in unchanging conditions but in the acceptance of change itself. And so, within the soft spaces between sleep and wakefulness, within the subtle shifts that mark the passage of time, we are offered countless moments to deepen our practice, to soften our hearts, and to live more fully in harmony with the vast, unfolding rhythm of life. When it comes to navigating the changing rhythms of sleep, Buddhist wisdom offers a timeless path to finding peace and understanding, even during the quiet, wakeful hours of the night. In this section, we will explore how to use Buddhist principles to embrace and find harmony with your sleep cycle, recognizing each moment of wakefulness not as a disruption but as an opportunity for deeper awareness and spiritual growth. Imagine the stillness before dawn not as a disturbance, but as a sacred invitation to awaken to a deeper presence. A moment in which every sensation of alertness becomes a doorway to Buddhist teachings and the cultivation of inner peace. Throughout history, spiritual practitioners have cherished these silent hours, using them for meditation, reflection, and the gentle art of letting go, showing that the true path to contentment is not found in controlling every facet of our lives but in surrendering to each moment exactly as it unfolds. When your mind becomes unexpectedly alert in the middle of the night, Buddhist wisdom encourages you to meet this wakefulness with mindfulness, beginning simply by bringing your attention to the breath. The gentle, rhythmic pulse that has always been your anchor to the present. As the Buddha taught, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. This profound reminder offers a way to transform restless insomnia into a living meditation, a quiet practice of acceptance and presence. By simply observing the sensations of being awake, without judgment, without resistance, you step into the timeless flow of impermanence, honoring the truth that all conditions, including sleep, ebb and flow according to their nature. Visualize your mind as a serene lake where each ripple is a thought, and each moment of stillness deepens your understanding of non-attachment. In these moments of early waking, rather than battling your own body or mind, you are invited to soften, to allow, to watch your thoughts float by like leaves carried along a gentle stream, without needing to grasp or push them away. This practice of mindful acceptance transforms what once might have been frustration into a profound spiritual exercise rooted in compassion and liberation. Instead of struggling against the clock or longing for sleep to return, Buddhist practice teaches you to rest in what is, to recognize the spiritual significance even in the small, inconvenient moments. Each period of wakefulness becomes a mini-meditation, a chance to reflect on impermanence, to deepen compassion toward yourself, and to live in harmony with life's natural, shifting rhythms. You no longer see interrupted sleep as a problem to solve but as a natural part of existence to embrace with patience and understanding. By resting in the simple awareness that each waking moment belongs to the greater tapestry of life, you gently guide your heart toward a profound, stable peace. A peace that is not dependent on circumstances but arises from within, from your own relationship to the present moment. In this light, those quiet hours of early wakefulness become something sacred. A silent conversation with your deeper self, where each breath, each heartbeat, becomes a reminder to live with mindfulness, compassion, and acceptance, just as the Buddha taught. You learn that happiness is not something granted only when everything aligns perfectly. It is something you cultivate by meeting life just as it is, whether in sleep or wakefulness. Through this practice, you not only find peace with your sleep cycle but also strengthen your ability to navigate all of life's fluctuations with grace and wisdom. Ultimately, when you let go of resistance and rest fully in the present moment, even at 3 a.m., you create a deep reservoir of spiritual resilience, finding solace in the understanding that every experience, whether asleep, awake, or somewhere in between, is a gift, a sacred opportunity to deepen your practice, to nourish your spirit, and to find true peace with the ever-changing nature of life itself. When seeking ways to cultivate better sleep and nurture a deeper sense of inner peace, adjusting your daily lifestyle habits through the lens of Buddhist wisdom offers a gentle and transformative path. In this section, we will explore simple, mindful tips for creating daily routines that support peaceful sleep while also fostering spiritual growth and emotional balance. When striving to nurture a peaceful sleep cycle, the timeless teachings of Buddhism provide a wellspring of guidance on how to live in harmony with both your body and your mind. Envision your daily routine as a vast, open canvas, where each moment is an opportunity to paint your life with mindful intention. Every practice, whether it is a few minutes of meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or moments spent in reflection, becomes a brushstroke that slowly creates an environment supportive of restorative sleep and a deeper, more abiding inner peace. A foundational step on this path is to cultivate a consistent practice of mindfulness throughout your day. By setting aside even a few moments for meditation, you allow the scattered thoughts of the mind to settle naturally, much like the soft ripples on a calm pond returning to stillness. During these meditative pauses, practice the spirit of non-attachment. Gently acknowledge the events of your day, the successes, the stresses, the conversations, the worries, without letting them disturb the quiet reservoir of peace within you. In the Buddhist tradition, the principle of moderation holds great wisdom for those seeking balance. Apply moderation in your eating habits, in your levels of activity, and in your engagements with the outside world, aiming to walk a middle path that neither clings too tightly to stimulation nor retreats excessively from life. Balance naturally invites clarity, and clarity gently prepares the mind and body for restful sleep. As you move through your day, become attentive to how your environment shapes your inner state. Consider creating spaces, both physical and mental, that reduce noise and unnecessary distractions, spaces that mirror the simplicity and serenity of the monastic way of life. In the evening, dim the lights, lower the volume of external stimulation, and invite a sense of calm into your home. In your daily interactions, practice compassion, especially toward yourself. Accept the natural rhythms and changes of your body with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Reflect often on the Buddha's timeless teaching to let go of what no longer serves you, whether it is old patterns of thinking, unrealistic expectations, or habits that contribute to restlessness. Trust that the body and mind both possess a natural capacity for renewal, given the proper conditions of care and patience. Another gentle adjustment to support better sleep is to weave ancient traditions into your evening routine. Engage in simple practices such as mindful movement, gentle stretching, tai chi, or walking meditation that help release tension from the body and invite ease into the mind. Spend time in quiet reflection, perhaps journaling or offering gratitude for the day's experiences, helping to shift the mind from its habitual busyness into a state of receptivity and rest. These changes, although small in appearance, do more than prepare you physically for sleep. They nurture your spirit and cultivate an abiding sense of balance. Like the gradual unfolding of a lotus flower rising from murky waters, true transformation in your sleep cycle unfolds slowly, through steady and mindful attention. Each small, deliberate choice, whether maintaining a regular sleep schedule, savoring a calming herbal tea at dusk, or simply taking a few conscious breaths before lying down, becomes a sacred step along your spiritual path. Your lifestyle, then, becomes a living expression of Buddhist wisdom, where every action carries the energy of mindfulness, simplicity, and the understanding of impermanence. Through these practices, you come to realize that peaceful, restorative sleep is not a lucky accident or a fleeting gift, but the natural fruit of a life lived with gentle awareness and compassionate care. Ultimately, by harmonizing your daily habits with the calm and compassionate spirit of Buddhist teachings, you empower yourself to move gracefully with the natural rhythms of life. You discover that true rest comes not from force or control, but from surrender, a peaceful surrender to the present moment, where each breath becomes a prayer of gratitude, each heartbeat a gentle reminder of the sacredness of now. In learning to adjust your lifestyle in alignment with mindfulness, you not only nurture better sleep but also open the door to a life of deeper serenity, resilience, and spiritual fulfillment. Now let's explore a simple meditation that can gently guide you toward better sleep. Begin by choosing a quiet, comfortable space where you will not be disturbed. Sit down either on a cushion or a chair, keeping your back relaxed yet upright. Let your hands rest gently on your lap. Softly close your eyes, or lower your gaze to lessen any outside distractions. Bring your full attention to your breathing. Notice the natural flow of air as you inhale and exhale. There is no need to control the breath. Simply observe it with gentle awareness. As thoughts or feelings arise, as they naturally will, acknowledge them without judgment, and softly return your focus to the breath. You may find it helpful to silently repeat a calming phrase, such as, breathing in, I calm my mind, breathing out, I let go. Start with just 5 minutes each day, gradually extending the time as it feels right. This daily practice of mindfulness becomes a quiet refuge, helping you release the day's tension, quiet the busy mind, and prepare your body for deep, restful sleep. Over time, it nurtures not only better sleep but also a greater sense of inner peace. As we reach this final part of our reflection, let us now explore the emotional and psychological aspects of early morning wakefulness, a time when the stillness of the world outside allows the hidden landscapes of our inner world to surface more vividly. Early morning wakefulness often brings with it a flood of emotions, a quiet, unhurried cascade of thoughts and feelings that can stir the depths of our being and invite us to listen more closely to the silent language of our hearts. In these tender moments, Buddhist wisdom gently reminds us that every emotion, no matter how heavy or intense, is transient, passing like clouds across a vast, open sky, and that by practicing mindfulness and non-attachment, we can learn to witness these inner experiences without being overwhelmed by them. At 3 a.m., when the world remains wrapped in slumber, the mind often becomes a vivid stage for long-standing emotions to emerge. Perhaps old memories resurface, regrets drift into our awareness, or a quiet, aching loneliness arises unbidden. Rather than pushing these feelings away or reacting with fear or aversion, the teachings of the Buddha encourage us to simply observe them with compassion, to greet them with a soft, understanding heart, recognizing that even our most troubled thoughts are part of the natural ebb and flow of existence. In the profound stillness of these pre-dawn hours, you are offered a rare and sacred invitation to meet your inner self face to face, without distractions, without noise, simply as you are. Like a master gardener tending to each delicate bloom with patience and care, you can nurture each arising emotion with gentle awareness rather than harsh judgment. In doing so, you come to see that each feeling, whether joyful or painful, carries a purpose, serving as a quiet messenger guiding you toward deeper self-understanding and healing. By welcoming your emotions with an attitude of curiosity and openness, rather than clinging to them or pushing them away, you transform emotional turbulence into fertile ground for self-discovery and spiritual growth. The early morning thus becomes not a time to fear but a sacred space for inner dialogue, a time when the mind, free from daily distractions, speaks through the language of subtle emotions and introspective thoughts. In these moments, Buddhist teachings on non-attachment become vital reminders. Clinging to particular emotions, grasping at fleeting joys, or resisting sorrows only deepens our suffering. Instead, embracing these experiences with compassion allows us to witness their impermanence and recognize that no feeling, no matter how intense, defines our true nature. It is in these quiet, contemplative hours that you may discover the extraordinary power of mindful reflection, a space where emotions arise and pass like the rhythmic dance of the tides, and where you realize that beneath all passing emotions lies a deep, abiding stillness. In the silence of the night, your inner voice calls for gentle acknowledgement, inviting you to let go of worries, release attachments, and rest in the timeless truth of impermanence that connects all beings. The soft wisdom of the Buddha teaches that by accepting our emotional experiences as natural, transient movements of the heart, we open ourselves to profound transformation, a journey from the turbulence of inner turmoil toward a state of balanced equanimity and deep self-compassion. Through this practice of mindful awareness, early morning wakefulness becomes less a source of anxiety and more a sacred invitation to reconnect with your heart's quiet strength, to listen more deeply, and to honor the full spectrum of your humanity. Every early morning moment, no matter how heavy or light, carries within it the potential for healing, insight, and genuine connection with your truest self. And so, the quiet hours before dawn, often overlooked or feared, become a gentle reminder that even in moments of vulnerability, there is great strength to be found in simply being present, awake not only in body, but awake in heart and mind, alive to the beautiful, ever-changing mystery of our own inner life. As we gently come to the close of our time together today, let us take a moment to reflect deeply on what we have uncovered. Consider these early morning hours not as interruptions to your rest, but as sacred pauses. precious interludes where the timeless wisdom of Buddhist teachings softly reveals itself in the stillness of your breath and the quiet spaces of your mind. In embracing the natural rhythm of change, the inevitable impermanence of the body, and the evolving patterns of sleep that accompany aging, you have taken a meaningful step into the heart of mindfulness and spiritual growth. You have opened yourself to the understanding that each moment of unexpected wakefulness is not a mistake, but an invitation, a silent call to return to yourself with tenderness and non-judgment. Throughout this exploration, from uncovering how the body's inner clock shifts with age, to recognizing the role of melatonin, to meeting the emotional landscapes that arise in the pre-dawn silence, you have been invited to view your experiences through a lens of compassionate curiosity. Like a lotus that blossoms unsullied from the depths of a still pond, your journey through the mysteries of sleep and wakefulness is a gentle unfolding toward deeper wisdom, greater acceptance, and profound inner peace. With every breath you consciously take in these early hours, you cultivate the beautiful ability to transform restlessness into mindfulness, to turn uncertainty into quiet strength, and to answer the Buddha's timeless call to live each fleeting moment with compassion, clarity, and gratitude. These wakeful moments before dawn are not merely disruptions. They are openings, small doorways to practice being content, being still, and finding joy in your own company. They are moments to witness your thoughts rise and fall like clouds in a vast and open sky, connecting you back to the calm, steady center that always lives within you. On this path illuminated by Buddhist wisdom, there is no force, no rigid expectation. There is only the kind invitation to be with yourself exactly as you are, allowing each new dawn to become a fresh canvas for your spiritual renewal. And so, as you continue forward, may you embrace every silent morning as fertile ground upon which seeds of inner peace and resilience are sown. If these reflections today have touched something within you, if you have found a softer way to understand your experiences, a more compassionate way to meet your inner world, then I warmly invite you to continue this journey with us. Subscribe to our channel, Mindful Pathway Media, where together we create a community dedicated to aging with grace, living mindfully, and uncovering the profound beauty within life's simplest moments. Share this video with those who may also find comfort and strength in these teachings, and leave a comment to let us know how these insights have resonated with your own path. Your journey matters, and your presence enriches the collective wisdom we are building together. Each act of mindful living, no matter how small, becomes part of a greater movement toward a world filled with more kindness, understanding, and peace. May you continue to awaken each day more rooted in the awareness that even life's quietest moments are filled with extraordinary potential, a potential to heal, to grow, and to touch the timeless freedom that lives quietly within your own heart. Thank you for being here, for taking this time for your inner well-being, and for walking this mindful path with us. Until we meet again, may you be well, may you be at peace, and may you always find beauty even in the stillness before the dawn.